Okay, so in this video we're gonna learn how to install two tools we're gonna need for the SQL part of this course. MySQL Server and MySQL Workbench, which will be used to connect to the MySQL Server. So let's launch a new window, new in your browser, and just look for MySQL download Mac. So you're going to click on the first link, download MySQL Community Server. Just scroll down and make sure the operating system is Mac OS X and that you're going to download the DMG archive. This may not be the exact same version, but it should work either way. Just make sure download is the DMG archive. Just click on no thanks, just start my download when the MySQL website will prompt something, and just wait for the download to finish. It's gonna be a bit big in the end, but just wait for the download to finish. Okay, so now that the download is over, just click on the downloaded file, and you're gonna go through the installer by double clicking on that. Okay, so we're gonna go through the installer, agree on the license, don't change the default location, click on install, and be careful because at the end of the installation, it's gonna take a while, but at the end of the installation, a window is gonna pop up with a password that you have to save. So don't close every window right away, just be careful of that. So we're gonna see it soon. So now you see I have a window that popped up with a temporary password is generated for root at localhost, and this is this password. You have to copy paste and save that password somewhere, because if you don't do that you won't be able to use your server and you're gonna have to reinstall everything all over again. So go into like a text editor and just copy paste the password. This is not going to be the same password obviously for you. Then just close the window and close everything, move to trash. So now we're going to have to change this default password to a new password that you're going to choose. To do that, it's going to be the hard part of this installation. You're going to go to System Preferences, go to the MySQL thing here and click on Start MySQL Server. So now you see that your MySQL server is actually running, which is what you wanted. So now we're gonna go in a terminal. So to go in a terminal, you can go into your applications and find the terminal. So it will look like that, terminal, if you never used it. You're gonna have something that resembles that interface. So this is a command line in a terminal, and we're gonna have to type the location of the MySQL server. So this is user local MySQL bin MySQL. You have to type the exact same thing. Then you're gonna type -u root -p and then hit enter. Then you're gonna have a prompt called enter password. You copy paste the password you just saved earlier on that. Hit enter, and then if everything works correctly, you're gonna have this popping up and have a MySQL prompt coming. If you have that, this is good. Everything is going well for you. Then you're gonna have to type another command, alter space user space root with quotation marks, don't forget that, at quotation mark localhost identified by, and then you put your password here. So I'll just put password, but put a real password. So if everything works, you're gonna have query OK, So everything is good if you have that. Then you're gonna do quit, and everything's gonna work. So this is, you can now close your terminal, and now we're gonna install MySQL Workbench. To do that, just do download MySQL Workbench Mac. Pretty straightforward. Get the first link, which should be the official MySQL website again. Scroll down a bit, and you're gonna have like, make sure it's Mac OS X again, and just make sure you're gonna download the DMG archive. But you should only have one choice anyway, so it should be good. As before, just click on no thanks, just start my download. Wait a bit for your download to finish. Click on that to launch the installation. So just drag that into the application folder, and then the transfer is starting. You can see it in the application here. You can see MySQL Workbench being transferred, so just have to wait for that transfer to finish. Okay, so now this is done. Just double click on that to launch MySQL Workbench. Click on open. Okay, so now you're gonna see MySQL Workbench here. You're gonna want to configure your connection to MySQL server you just installed. So just go here, click on plus on the plus here, and create a new connection. So this will set up the connection between your previously installed server and the Workbench. Just put a name here, so MySQL connection, whatever works. Don't change anything on that, and just click on the store in keychain and use the password you set earlier. So mine was just password, but whatever you put should work. Just click on OK. Click on test connection if you want to try if it works or not. As we can see here, it was a success for me, so successfully made the MySQL connection. So now you know that your MySQL Workbench is set up, your MySQL server is set up, and you should be good to go. So click on OK, OK, and just click on the latest thing here, MySQL connection, and it will open a session, and you have the MySQL Workbench interface here. So next time you're gonna open a new session in Workbench, you won't have to go through everything we just did. You just have to make sure that here the MySQL server is running in the system preferences, but by default it should always be running, so you should be good with that. So this is the end of the installation. If you went through any problem because it's a bit complicated installation, just delete everything and rerun the installation.